racing action, and more racing action. All that and more on this edition of The Race Report. Hi everyone and welcome to another edition of the Race Report. I'm Ron Hills. Bethel Motor Speedway wrapped up their 2018 season with NovemberFest, a two-day festival of speed and extra distance events. We begin with crate and sportsman action called by track announcers Andy Crane and Fred Mulheron.
As yellow lights are out, they're going to hit the starting line off of corner number 4. Green flag flies and we're underway.
And it is Moon and Green side by side making some contact as they come up at turn number 2. Green right now out in front as they head down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Rich Coots trying to make a move on the inside as Mills stays to the high side of the track.
Travis Green might have learned something on the outside part of the speedway from the crate race as he now goes to the top spot. Here comes Richie Coons in the open sportsman car now to find spot number 2. He's going to bring Rick Mill with him. Mill back there in spot number 3. 3 cars firing down the back straightaway, pulling away from the battle for spot number 4.
And Kyle Redner now gets by Moon to move into the 4th spot, trying to chase down the leaders. Travis Green right now. But look out, here comes Richie Coons, diving to the inside, and he takes the lead.
And it's deja vu all over again, as Yogi Berra would say, as Richie Coons goes by Travis Green for the top spot. Rick Mill pulls the copycat move down the front straightaway. He'll now settle into spot number 2. Watch Mill from New Windsor, New York with the 77. Look for the race lead off of corner number 4.
And Mill now trying to reel in the West Point score 27 of Richie Coons. Coming off of turn number 2, about a car length behind. Coons stretching it out just a bit on the stretch. Mills timing in hard, charging, trying to close the gap. Coming off of turn number 4, it's still Coons with the lead.
So Coons shows the way, but watch Mill start to eat up the advantage that Richie Coons has down the back straightaway as they rumble through 3 and 4. Here comes Mill down to the bottom side, looks for the bottom shot move, can't get the job done. We'll tuck it back in line behind the 27.
18 closer every lap. Rick Mill sees the opening. Let's see if he can make it in underneath now. But Rich Coons again shuts the door as they head down the front stretch. Travis Green right now holding on to 3rd, but Parker now closing the gap in the battle for 3rd as they head down the backstretch. Here comes Mill again, looking inside again. Coons shuts the door.
Well, you can see where Rick Mill is strong on the speedway. That's in the exit off of corner number 4. And Richie Coons knows it. You'll see Coons will slam the car down to the bottom side and take away that preferred line down the front straightaway to try and keep Rick Mill at bay. Remember, this is a 40-lap feature event, so it's double what we normally do on a Saturday night. So how are the cars differently set up? Rick Mill might be waiting for an opportunity because he knows he has more time than a regular Saturday night feature event. But now, wasting no time, he pulls to the bottom side of Richie Coons.
And Mill this time with the move inside might have gotten Coons, but Coons charging hard down the backstretch, trying to get him down towards the backstretch. Mill with a big caution.
Kyle Redner in trouble in the middle of 3 and 4.
And Kyle had been battling hard with the 29 car. The 69 car, that is, of Travis Green, and did not see what happened, but those two were in a very tight battle for that 4th spot.
So yellow lights have been turned out. We get set to go. Green flag racing once again. 12 laps are in the record books of the 40 laps for the Dirt Sportsmen as they work off of corner number 4. Green flag flies, we're underway.
And it's a drag race down the front stretch. Mill on the outside, Coon on the inside, and maybe Richie should have taken the outside on the restart because Rick Mill is taking the lead as they go through 3 and 4.
Mill wasting no time on the wild side of the speedway to wrestle away spot number 1. Jeff Parker now back in spot number 3, car number 58, and then goes Bad Moon Rising. Eric Moon, the 22E, cracks himself into the top 4 running order with car 22E.
Mills taking advantage of the lap traffic as he continues to lead the way. Coons coming down the front stretch now. He is the second car on the lead lap and almost a half a track behind the leader, Rick Mill, with 5 laps to go this time around.
If it was an extra distance event here at the Bethel Motor Speedway, Rick Mill dominated all of them. Remember, he won the Fall of 69 event. He won 2 of the 3 50-lap shootouts in 2018. And he looks to put another notch in the gun handle in another extra distance event here at the Speedway with the 77 car still showing the way out in front.
Laps are counting down and Rick Mill continuing to stretch out his lead. Nothing in front of him but Kyle Redner, and he's going to get the 2 to go this time around. Rich Coons stuck in the middle of lap traffic, a half a lap of length behind the leader, 2 to go. Here comes Coons down the front stretch as Mill hits the back stretch.
Last 2 laps of competition for the Dirt Sportsman in 2018. Rick Mill, who finished runner-up in the point standings, looks to put the big exclamation point down the back straightaway for the final time. Checkered flag coming out. Your winner aboard car number 77. It's Rick Mill. Second will be car 27 of Richie Coons. Third, career best finish here at the Bethel Motor Speedway for Jeff Parker. And it will be Kyle Redner rounding out your top 4. Eric Moon credited for spot number 5. Greg Moulton from Spencer Speedway brings the field down to starter Jonathan McGibbon's green flag, and we are underway.
And we are underway, and Donovan trying to hold on to that second spot, trying to shut the door on the 66 of Jacob Gustafson. He does it so far, but look who's making a move on the outside. Nick Robinson on the outside, trying to take away that second spot. Moulton with the lead, and the caution is out.
Trouble, Jeff DeGroat, the car jumping out of gear and unable to find it back into gear. Now it might have clicked in.
And the green flag is out, a little bumper car going on. But right now, David Donovan jumps out in front, takes the lead, but look out, Robinson on the outside. Moulton now trying to get it back on the inside, and Gustafson rounding out the front 4. It's Donovan with the lead. A little tap from Moulton as they come up a 4-3 wide.
Watch Robinson almost kiss the concrete with car number 7 as 3-4 cars fight it out for the top spot. Moulton looks to have the nose out in front, but watch Double D as he looks to fire the AK-47 on the outside part of the speedway. But bring in Gusty. Jacob Gustafson down to the bottom side with car 66 looking for the number 2 position.
And Robinson right on the back door of Gustafson trying to get in there, but Gustafson, like a rocket off a 2, takes over the lead. Looks like trouble for Moulton.
Oh, tough break for Greg Moulton. Something going wrong with the 51 car.
Green flag out, we're back underway. Donovan trying to take it back as they head into 1 and 2, but Gustafson able to squeak it out on the inside. Here comes Robinson inside now trying to take over that second spot. Levinson staying with the leaders, and Curry right now working his way up into the top 5.
Robinson, the 2018 New York State Superstock champion, not afraid to put the bumper to somebody as one car almost around. That's the Cookie Monster, Tabitha Riordan. She's able to rejoin the fray, but meanwhile up at the front of the field, Gusty shows the way. Robinson now into spot number 2. Robinson now down in the preferred lane. Can't make anything work out of it, and it's still Gustafson to hold on to the top spot.
And meanwhile, Craig Morton continuing to make his drive back to the front, gets by Cliff Levinson, has the 4th spot as they head down into 3 and 4. Gustafson still leading the way. Let's see if Robinson can close the gap again as they head into 1 and 2.
The field rumbled down the front straightaway. Watch the battle outside the top 5. Jeff DeGroat Looks like the transmission working well now, partner. He finds himself in spot number 6.
And things about to get real interesting as Gusty now on the backstretch sees the back of the pack, 4 cars ahead of the leader, and he's got a big lead right now over Robinson and Malton. But when he starts working his way through traffic, let's see if they can reel him back in. Down the backstretch he goes, and just about a half a straight away is the back of the pack.
Quarter mile of racing to go for the 4 cylinders here in 2018.
Less than half a lap to go. Comfortable lead for Gustafson as he heads down the backstretch. It'll be Robinson, Moulton battling for second. Moulton making a hard charge as they come up and turn number 4. Checkered flag. Gustafson wins it. It will be Robinson hanging on for second. Greg Moulton third. Battle for fourth. It will be the AK-47 of David Donovan.
More racing action from Bethel Motor Speedway straight ahead on this edition of The Race Report.
"30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyers program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City has the best pricing and selection of audio, video, and computer cables in the area. Don't spend a fortune on that HDMI cable for your new HD TV or Blu-ray player. Unicorn Electronics has quality cables in the lengths you need at a price you can afford. Expanding your network? Unicorn has the patch cables and accessories to make it happen. When you need to connect, think Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City.
If you're looking for the most convenient and profitable way to change your gold jewelry, coins, and sterling silver into cash, visit Solid Gold Jewelry.
Main Street in Endwell, Solid Gold Jewelry, always a sweet deal.
Hey car buffs, listen up. If you like them, we got them. And you'll love the Northeast Classic Car Museum. Over 170 cars on display in our huge one-level facility. Whatever the weather, we're open 7 days a week from 9 to 5 in Norwich.
98.1 The Hawk, Binghamton's #1 for new country. That means more Luke. I can't move when you move. More Carrie. Now I'll have to hang you out to try. More Jason. Come on, everybody scream. More Keith. Blue looks good on the sky. More Blake. Glenn and Tracy in the morning, Binghamton's #1 for new country. 98.1 The Hawk.
Welcome back to the Race Report. Sunday's Street Stock Shootout Series 100-lapper was one of the best races of the season and includes aerial footage by Captain Joel Austin. Here again are Andy Crane and Fred Mulheron.
We get set to go. 100 laps of full fendered action here at the Bethel Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, the white flag is out. Next time by, we will be going racing. Stand up, wave your hat, wave your hand, wave a handkerchief, borrow something from a neighbor if you don't have anything yourself, as we wish these drivers well for 100 laps of full fendered fury here at the Bethel Motor Speedway.
And the pace car has left the track. The yellow lights are out. Jonathan McGibbon eyeing the field. Joel Mearns takes him into turn number 4. Green flag is out. We're underway. And it is Mearns out in front. Kyle Welsh and Tarantino side by side battling for third. Here comes the grape train. Larry O'Donnell moving by. Takes over the third spot on the inside. Walt Henry rounding out the top 5, and it is Joel Mearns out in front.
Mearns will lead lap 1, but watch the barnstorm behind him as cars fighting for racing real estate as it's Kyle Welch back there in spot number 2. Larry O'Donnell in spot number 3. Talking to Larry earlier in the paddock area, said, I'm just going to ride for the first 80 laps and try to be in position. Well, he's in a great position right now, partner, because he sits in the 3rd spot. But here comes Walt Henry. Henry coming into tonight's racing action, tied with Robbie Slate for the points lead of the Street Stock Shootout Series. He's looking to go racing early on the outside part of the speedway.
And a couple coming up from the back. Kevin Skelly and Brian Bauernfein trying to get by J.B. Morris. Made a little bit of contact with the 00 last time around. Let's see what happens as they come up at turn number 4 as Kyle Welch tries to break into the top 5.
Watch. Oh, trouble for Joel Mearns. Something goes wrong on the race car. A tire bouncing its way like a basketball through the field. It's going to now come through the infield, and it ain't going to go very far with all the mud bogs. And splash. What disappointment for Joel Mearns for the second Street Stock Shootout Series event. A tire comes loose while leading. So we'll see if it's just the lugs were left loose, which I doubt it. There's a great crew that helps Joel Mearns out. Or what broke. Didn't seem like there was any contact.
Keeping an eye on Joel Mearns' pits. Not going to get out in time for the restart, but still some activity around the car. Maybe something they could fix, but I don't think so. Meanwhile, green flag back underway. Walt Henry out in front. Kyle Welch tucks it in behind him. Right behind him, the great train. Then Kevin Skelly trying to work his way through on the inside. Outside road is J.B. Morris trying to ride the high side of the track with Brian Bauernfein hot on his heels.
Watch Morris. He is the JBM of JBM Truck Repair aboard the 00. Holding out high, wide, and handsome. Fighting it out with LOD, Larry O'Donnell, fighting for spot number 3. As O'Donnell has a nose out in front, gets a couple taps on the chrome horn from Kevin Skelly. Skelly, the Deckelman Trucking 67 car, right there looking to pounce for position off of corner number 4.
And Morris holding that outside line, so Skelly has to follow behind the grape train. Brian Bauernfein now trying to figure out which way to go as he goes to the high side to get around Skelly. Now looks slow as they come off a turn number 4, but tucks it back in behind as we have a line heading into 1 and 2.
Watch Welch back there studying the line of Walt Henry, your race leader. Then watch Bauernfein hard on the back bumper of Kevin Skelly. If Skelly didn't know anybody was behind him, he knows now as Bauernfein putting that new front bumper to work with car number 07 as the top 6 cars separate themselves from the rest of the field. Here comes the leaders as high and low they have lap cars in front of them. Henry going to snake his way through and still hold on to the top spot, but watch Bauernfein bouncing around like a pinball between 2 lapped automobiles with car 07.
And Bauernfein staying right with the leaders as he gets by Patty Falcon and now tries the inside again, but Chase Smalley's in the way. Has to bring it up high on the track as Walt Henry and Kyle Welch.
Contact!
Tries to make it and
Storm move just ran out of room with car 07 making contact with Kyle Welch, and Welch pulls up next to him to voice his displeasure. As the yellow lights are out, Bauernfein not able to make the call. Green flag is out and we're racing.
And it's Walt Henry back out. At this time didn't get as good of a jump on the start, but he has got the lead. Kevin Skelly will join him on the outside for second. Then it is the 00 J.B. Morris running third, Larry O'Donnell, and then the 89 of Travis Bruckner battling for the 5th spot as they head down into 1 and 2.
Well, Larry's idea was to try to ride out the first 80 laps. Well, he has to go racing early with the grape train. And car 26 as he is side by side with the Accord Speedway regular Travis Bruckner. As Bruckner, quick move to the bottom side. He's going to try to pull Kyle Welch on with him. The 357 looking to make tracks back up to the front of the field.
And it is Walt Henry out in front, right alongside of him, Kevin Skelly, as they drag race down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Battle for third right now, the 00 J.B. Morris and the 89 car of Travis Bruckner as they battle for the lead. And moving up into the top 5, Kyle Welch.
Here comes Welch from the rear of the field after contact out on the speedway. Now finds himself back into the top 5 running order underneath Travis Bruckner, looking for spot number 4.
And let's see if Kevin Skelly can run the high side and stay with the leaders. J.B. Morris on the inside coming off of turn number 2. We saw J.B. on the outside stay with the leaders earlier in the race. Let's see how he does on the inside. Kyle Welch staying inside, following the 00 into 1 and 2 as Walt Henry continues to lead it.
Remember, there will be a competition caution at lap number 50. We are almost to that mark. Does Morris know he has to try to make tracks before the yellow lights come on? As it's still Henry showing the way, then the battle for spot number 2. This time by, crossed flags are out. We're going to be halfway down of the Sullivan 100.
And here they come down the front stretch halfway. It is Henry out in front, then Kevin Skelly, J.B. Morris, Kyle Welch rounding out the front 5. Look at 2 cars that decided to give up position at the halfway point, go back into the pits, tires, car checked out, and looks like Walt Henry and Kyle Welch back up into the top 5 starting third and fourth. When the green flag comes out, Kevin Skelly takes it.
The story's going to be to pit or not to pit. We'll see. Well, 1 car going around. It's Kyle Welch.
Kyle Welch, I think he thought he had some room. Bobby Schlate right behind him on the inside. Bobby had position, and I think Kyle thought he had cleared him and tried to bring it back down to get in position on the backstretch.
Absolutely. Kyle tried to make a bonsai move to get down to the preferred line, and Robbie was still there.
Green flag is out. We're underway. Kevin Skelly takes the lead as they head down into 1 and 2. Morris on the outside. Walt Henry staying with Skelly on the inside. And Bruckner right now running fourth in the 89.
Watch the battle for spot number 2. 2 red cars going at it as here comes Walt Henry now into spot number 2 with the 171. He's going to bring another red car with him. Travis Bruckner trying to go after J.B. Morris down the back straightaway.
And a green flag is out. We're underway. Walt Henry and Kevin Skelly side by side, doorknob to doorknob, coming off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. It's a drag race. Skelly on the inside, Henry on the outside. Does Walt have enough to stick on the outside and stay with Skelly? Kevin Skelly back out in front.
Skelly holds him off for the time being, but here comes the Hurricane right to the back bumper of car 67 as they work down the back straightaway. Then watch the hot battle for spot number 3. Bruckner on the outside, Morris on the inside. Morris hit the inside tires that upset the handling of car 00. He looks to rebound into corners 1 and 2. Watch Skelly on the outside of car 88 of Ernie Millen. Is the outside going to be the better lane? It's Smalley now throws the pick. Stays Smalley, a lap car in front of him. Here comes Walt Henry now to the back bumper.
And Henry will have to follow Kevin Skelly through the traffic as they come up a turn number 2. It's got to be 3 wide as they head down the backstretch. Skelly clears Henry, tucks it in behind. Millen gives him a little tap. Says, get out of the way. Coming down the front stretch they go. More traffic for the leaders as they head into 1 and 2. And Patty Balkin and Joel Mearns side by side with the leader behind them.
Walt Henry trying to get around Ernie Millen, who wasn't getting out of the way. Now he will do so, but the race leader again deep in the heart of lap traffic. Patty Falconer on the inside of our race leader. Here comes Henry again trying to rebound down the back straightaway. Is this time by? We'll only have 5 more laps to go.
And Patty Falconer trying to stay out of the way on the bottom of the track as the 5 to go signal comes out. Walt Henry to the outside. Skelly clears. Coming off of turn number 2 now. It's Skelly with the lead. Walt Henry now clear of traffic. Will follow maybe Patty though on the inside. Puts in the pick. No. Henry stays behind Skelly as they head down the front stretch.
Walt Henry knows the sand in the hourglass is beginning to run dry. If he has anything for Kevin Skelly, he has to show all cards as down the back straightaway the top 2 leaders are running. Here comes Henry right to the back bumper of Skelly off of 4. And this time by the 2 lap to go indicator to be shown to the field. 98 laps in, only 2 more laps to go.
And Kevin Skelly starting to make a little separation with 2 to go as they head down into 1 and 2. Breaking away from Walt Henry, hanging on to second. Tight battle for third now as Kyle Welch tries to get around. Travis Bruckner, the white flag comes out. 1 lap to go.
Last lap around the quarter mile for the street stocks here in the Sullivan 100. The Deckelman Trucking, car number 67, inherited the lead on lap number 50. He held off all challengers for the second half of the event, and it's Kevin Skelly to win the Sullivan 100. Walt Henry, spot number 2. Travis Brockner, spot number 3. Kyle Welch, spot number 4. And the Grape Train, Larry O'Donnell.
For 3 generations, we've been building world-class American performance.
Like the new Edelbrock Power Package Top-End Kit, based on Edelbrock's powerful RPM crate engines. Each kit includes aluminum heads and intake, cam and lifters, gaskets, and hardware to build your own 400-plus horsepower Chevy small block. For 3 generations, it's pure American performance from the leader. Call now for your free Edelbrock catalog.
Edelbrock makes them right here in the USA.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Welcome back to the Race Report. You'll find more interviews and racing action on our YouTube channel and Facebook page, The Race Report TV. A reminder that this weekend is the Gobbler at Accord Speedway. For more information, head to bdmotorsportsmedia.com. Racing trivia continues this Monday night at the California Grill, 912 Vestal Parkway East in Vestal. Join us for a night of fun, food, and friends. Trivia starts at 7:30, but come early and enjoy their delicious menu. Check it out at caligrillny.com. This week's bonus answer is Accord Speedway. We leave you with highlights from Bethel Motor Speedway's Enduro race. For all of us at the Race Report, happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you at the races.
Here we go. Count them down. 3, 2.
It looks like the AK-47 of David Donovan getting an early lead. Not far behind.
Run, wee man, run. All right, let's turn the lights off. Oops, sorry.
It's the 53 of Tony Hillard. Hillard, the only car coming close, but here comes the 16 of Christian Conklin.
He's the Riverhead 2018 point champ.
Conklin in third, not far behind Hillard. AK-47 still leading. In the 4th position, we have the to the outside down the front straightaway, now in the inside in corner number 2. Checkered flag set to fly. It's Christian Conklin. Second, down to the line will be the 47 of David Donovan, and third will be the 53 of Tony Hillard.